Good day, Las Vegas, and welcome back to Vegas Vibes. Giving you a peek at what's grooving and brewing in the music, pageantry, live production, and fascinating scenes in the city that never sleeps. And I'm your host, Esmeralda Padilla Gold. I would like to thank the hundreds of thousands of loyal viewers of Vegas Vibes on Vegas Live TV, ACTV, WCTV, and Binge Networks.tv, especially those watching on my favorite devices, Roku, Kodi, Amazon Fire TV, Samsung and LG Smart TVs, the recently added Pizzazz.tv, and of course in my very own website, VegasVibes.us. Please continue to support my show as well as my Vegas Vibes network by telling your friends to like Vegas Vibes on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I also would like to thank the millions of visitors who came to Vegas this month as we continue to celebrate the Vegas Vibes moment that Las Vegas is fully but cautiously open. We continue to encourage all locals and visitors to be more responsible in dealing with the extension of the pandemic so we can all reap the benefits of a safer and peaceful community. We hope to continue seeing familiar faces when we watch mega concerts and major sports events live and in person, even with our mask on. When Vegas Vibes returns, I will be interviewing two inseparable individuals, a musician inventor by the name of Jerry Simon and an 8th degree black belter in karate. Let's check them out, so don't go away. Welcome back. Las Vegas remains to host the best and the biggest resorts in the globe, and some of the best entertainers in the world live right here in this great city. It's bursting at the seams with creative juices, and those mega live productions can't forever be parked in the shade. So keep coming to Vegas. There's danger everywhere, even in your own closet. So keep coming, but be vigilant and careful all the time, even if you're fully vaccinated. When you see a particular show or live event you like, book it without delay as tickets will come and go super fast. You snooze, you lose, so be on the lookout always. In a few moments, I will be joined by Jerry Simon, formerly a captain in the U.S. Air Force, who is an expert in music therapy. He has invented the RBC musical instrument to help developmentally disabled individuals, especially children. He is accompanied by Alan Sarak, who owns and operates the Professional Karate Center. Let's find out how Alan's karate students utilize the RBC musical instrument as their training tool. My interview of Jerry Simon and Alan Sarak coming up next, so freeze that remote until Vegas Vibes return. Welcome back to Vegas Vibes. On Vegas Vibes, we feature amazingly talented people from many walks of life who contribute to making our world a better place by getting involved with their communities and the many other incredible things that they do. And on that note, here with us today is Alan Sarak. He is the founder of Alan Sarak's Professional Karate Centers, serving parents, children, churches, schools, and other community organizations for over 35 years. In 2002, he became a founding member of the Southern Nevada Community Gang Task Force. He co-authored the Parents Handbook on Gangs, which demonstrated the many signs and symbols of gang activity. And currently, he is collaborating with the inventor of RBC, Mr. Jerry Simon, as martial arts training tool for special needs students throughout Clark County and Nevada.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Vegas Vibes. And the gentleman on your right is Mr. Jerry Simon. He is a graduate of Loyola University in New Orleans and an Air Force veteran. Today, Mr. Simon dedicates his time and energy to music therapy, psychology, and research design. He is the inventor of the RBC musical instrument and works collaboratively with Mr. Alan Sarak to utilize RBC as a martial arts training tool for special needs students throughout Clark County and Nevada. I have two remarkable gentlemen on Vegas Vibes today. Thank you for being with us today. I would like to start off by asking, what's the inspiration behind RBC and what's RBC stands for?
RBC is truly inspired by developmentally disabled populations, where when I attended graduate school, I had to do work with various populations. And as I encountered problems, I began to experiment on how could I correct that problem with an instrument or this or that. So that's how RBC finally became available, and it was standing for Remote Bell Choir, RBC. And then we just created the word Argosy from that acronym.
And then this is a tool that you also use for martial arts. How did the two of you collaborate? I mean, how did it all start for you?
Well, it's a new stepping stool for the martial arts. I mean, there's a lot of martial arts schools that teach you straight kicks and punches, but it's hard to teach children that have a disability. With Argosy, we can take blind, deaf, autistic, children with Down syndrome, all in the same room, and with the miracle of how this tool works, it can keep everybody in cadence, doing everything at the same time. So they would learn a move, and then the Argosy tool will keep everybody together doing it at the same time.
That's amazing. It's actually one of the greatest invention of mankind.
Thank you.
And this is the only set right now in the world.
Yes, you cannot get it anywhere else.
Yes. The invention of Argosy took a long time to put together. But when we finally went for the patent attorneys checked the whole worldwide system, first the U.S. system, then the whole worldwide system. Nothing was ever done anywhere close to it, so they granted us the patent.
That's wonderful. So how this work? Like, could you please demonstrate?
Well, the children put this on the wristband so it doesn't fall off. This slips inside the wristband. And this is a transmitter that transmits the songs to here, which does a little vibration. Every time you hear a vibration, the child would ding the bell. And it has every note in the piano.
Yes.
Okay, every single note. So we can do as many kids, I think we've had up to 27, 30 kids at one time with all disabilities. And we can put together pretty much almost any song musically with these instruments. So you just hold this up, when this buzzes up on the wrist, it's their turn to ding the bell.
So, and this is specifically designed for developmentally disabled children or adults.
It was initially designed for a developmentally disabled young girl that I met during my internship, but it soon became applicable to their family members, relatives, to schools. When you go in, you have all of the disabled kids on one wing, and then here in Las Vegas, they have all the regular kids on another side part of the building. They don't even play together. With Argosy, they can all sit in one room and play at the same level. And it only takes 2 minutes to learn how to play. So they can go from not performing at all to playing Beethoven or Bach or the Star Spangled Banner in 2 minutes just by reading the tools that you see here on the table.
You said it took a long time for you to create this. How long did it take you to create something like this?
Well, it started with Steven Spielberg with Close Encounters. I believe that was in '77. I was completing my internship at one of the large facilities at that time. I had a young girl who was blind. She always sat in the audience, and like most blind people back then, they didn't have a lot of services for them. But she was at every concert, and she yelled, screamed, and clapped, and jumped up and hollered. My last performance there, she came out after the performance, and she noticed that her caregiver was in the back of the room because very good hearing, blind kids, well, all kids really. When she knew she had a free break, she made her way over to me. I was putting the bells up in the case just like this. And she said, Mr. Jerry, I want to play the bell choir. And it just broke my heart because I said, Marianne, I'd love to have you, but we don't have it for people who are blind. They have to see hand signals, just like you see in Steven Spielberg's Close Encounters, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So in the movie, they went da 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 da. This is how we directed in the 70s. I needed something that blind people can sense the vibration, as Master Saris discussed, with these and with this receiver on the inside. So technically, they could play Canon D, which is one of the larger orchestra songs that we've played before. Only in a few minutes. So it took quite some time.
You said you were performing. What exactly do you do?
I'm the director. You know, in a normal band, the director stands in front and he puts his arms up, everybody brings their instruments up, and then he directs in time. Well, the time and everything is programmed into the invention, so I can actually, after getting them to all raise their instruments up, I can walk off the stage and go sit in the audience, and they will play the entire performance based on the music notes being sent to their wrists. And when they feel the vibration, they ring.
It's amazing. And I see this bell right here.
That was the last part of the patent. It grew out of a lot of collaboration with music groups in New Orleans, which is where I finished college and performed quite a bit. The large one, would you hand that one to me? The large one, we call in Arbacy Tonnant, and this is a model of the actual instrument. And what it does is it can make the sound of any instrument, which is trumpets. So they would get the buzz on their wrist that it's time for the trumpet to play one note, and just drop it down and come back up. This is part of the patent, and it actually covers every musical instrument in the Philharmonic Orchestra. So we have violins, we have violas, tubas, clarinets, saxophones. All of those could be programmed into this so that you could hear dun 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 dun, dun 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 dun, and on and on.
And Mr. Adams, how does all of this, do all of this help your students?
It brings a new light to students that have never tried karate before. So it gets students that never thought they could, parents that would never think of bringing their children to karate classes. It opens a whole new door that they can study too. And building confidence in children is what martial arts is all about. So this not only brings confidence to children, but it just makes parents cry when they see that they can perform as well as any other child doing martial arts or music. That's why I decided to work with Jerry and bring Arbacy into the martial arts.
So what's the mission and vision of creating these magnificent instruments? Where do you want to take this?
Well,
What's your message to
Let him
everyone
tell you.
out there?
I think our message basically for Arbacy is to get it out there now. Now that we've experimented with it, we've got kids doing it, is now letting everybody use it in different organizations, in groups, churches, boys and girls clubs, nursing homes. We did it with ladies that were, with dementia. We go there and they didn't even know we were there last week, and they would learn the whole thing over and do it awesome. With veterans, we've strapped on to some veterans that we have the use of one arm. You can, strap it on to the stump of the other arm. They can still ring the bells with it, or their leg, if they had the use of no arms. So it's literally everybody. There's not one person that can't use these bells. And that's why, being a martial artist, we wanted to bring something new into the martial arts world. And this is the next step that I think martial arts do. Even attracting more kids is through arts.
That's wonderful. Well, let's talk about a little bit background of yourself. You were in the Air Force. So how was that like for you? I mean,
It's the most exciting time in my life. I was much younger than I am now. I went to officer training school and then completed that and went on to become a general's aide, flying around the world, meeting with various high-level people, and being able to provide a very, very important service to our country. My travels were a part of PACAF, which is Pacific Air Force. So that included Hawaii, Guam, everything on way out there until they get back to Anchorage, Alaska, and then down back to Travis Air Force Base.
So I asked you earlier before you started rolling, what got you into music?
Well, similar to Marianne, wanting to play bells and needing something other than a voice, because at that time she would need, you couldn't holler out a voice in the middle of a concert, just play A, and then she would bring A. We needed a wireless thing like we have now. So by having these things slowly, technology caught up with what Alan and I were trying to do. They actually came up with the cell phones, and then from the cell phones, smaller and smaller versions, and we were able to take parts out of that, put them together, and come up with a rough idea of what you see there, but still covered by the patent. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
This enables what we really do, and what we've been doing here in Vegas, keep kids off the streets where they get into trouble. Give them something they can be successful at, where the parents can stick out their chest and say, look what my daughter's doing, look what my son is doing. They can do it in their church, they can do it in their school, and this is what I see for years in Alan's karate courses that he's been given at his dojos. So it's amazing. We were working on the same thing in different worlds, but we came together in the task force, the gang task force, and now we're intertwined both. So we feel like two old men.
No, it was destiny to create a difference in the world of so many people that you touch. And Mr. Alan Sarah, how did you get yourself into karate or martial arts?
Well, my parents got me into martial arts basically because I grew up in a city called Akron, Ohio, back in the 60s. And I was kind of a nerdy little kid, and I got picked on a lot. I was bullied a lot, and my dad kind of had enough of it and signed me up in the martial arts. And that's how I started in the late 60s in Ohio.
So what motivated you to create or have your own school?
Well, it was a goal. I remember back in '73 writing an essay to my teacher, my karate instructor, saying, what do I want to do when I grow up? And I think I was 13 at that time, and I had just received my black belt. And it was pretty much, I wanted to be my teacher. I wanted to be a 5th degree black belt at the time. I wanted to have 3 karate schools like him. His name was Master Bob Cheney. I wanted to be in a karate movie like him. And that was my goal. I never
Did
stopped.
that become a reality?
I surpassed everyone. I've had 5 schools here in Las Vegas. I've been in 2 karate movies, and I'm now 8th degree black belt, which at the time my goal was to be a 5th. So through karate and through the discipline, I achieved every goal that I really dreamed of ever having since I was 13.
What do you believe is your greatest accomplishment?
I would say my greatest accomplishment is watching other kids get their black belt. I just promoted my granddaughter to her 2nd degree black belt. She started when she was 3 and a half. She's 13 and a half now. She's been training 3 to 5 days a week her whole life. I would say she is probably my greatest accomplishment, because I know being family were harder on them like I was when my daughter took karate, and even when my wife. So I have a whole family of black belts that really trained hard.
And I would ask the same question. What do you think is your greatest accomplishment?
My greatest accomplishment, I think, is yet to come. I think having worldwide exposure to Arvesy, having manufacturing and distribution all over the world, being able to have karate and Arvesy working together, so that in many films you see a star playing a karate expert. We want to see that in real life, and we can make young children in elementary school, we can make them heroes by showing those steps and using this very special equipment.
You have done incredible things in your life. What is your recipe for success?
My belief in God is my recipe. That's what wakes me up every morning.
I would feel the same way. I'd say discipline, sticking to something, having that indomitable spirit of never giving up, and trying the best you can do, and have a goal and achieve it.
It's truly amazing. If there's anything that you would like to, words of wisdom, suggest to anyone out there who would like to follow in your footsteps.
Well, what I tell you what I'm looking for too is I would like to get more people involved. I would like to teach other people how to set this program up so that they can put it in their communities. I would like to offer a way to get different organizations here in Las Vegas to get together and say, you know, I have a group of children that are blind or deaf or, you know, autistic, and bring them in one place so we have a club where all these kids can train in one place, and get more people to learn how to do it so that we can spread it all over Las Vegas and all over the world. So I'm looking for right now, since we have it down pretty much to a science, I would like to get partners to say, let's get together and help these kids. That's what we're looking for now.
I'm on board. This is why Alan and I fit together so nicely. I'm open to everything he's just explained, and I'm 100% on board. I rely on Alan and have for many, many years to help guide processes and safety stuff that we did in neighborhoods with gangs, and just a whole lifetime. I think we met back in 1992 or something like that.
Getting children out of gangs, getting them, get them off the streets, visiting children in detention centers, writing the handbook
Yes.
for parents, all the gang signs, what they mean, how to look for them, how to tell if a child is doing drugs or on gangs. That's how Jerry and I met,
This guy's my brother. He's my brother. We have like hearts.
but he's older, so he's my dad.
I'll accept it.
Well, I can truly see the brotherhood in the two of you, and kudos to both of you for creating something amazing that would last a lifetime.
Anybody would like to get a hold of us, they
Yes,
can
please.
reach me through my school, which is Alan Sarris's Professional Karate Centers. My phone number there is 702-592-KICK. Actually, that's my personal number. I'll talk to everybody. My cellular is open for everybody. It's 592-5425. If anybody's interested in becoming partners with us in this, we'd love to have them. We'd love to get this to as many kids as we possibly can.
Yes, also please plug your foundation.
I'm in complete agreement with Alan. Alan is, you might call a general in an army, but he's also a foot soldier. So he's doing both jobs. He's helping create it, and then he's teaching other teachers to let it continue on, and then having an impact on the future. So this is why I say this is my brother. Everything that I decide on in terms of Arbacy, I discuss with him, and we figure out how it can be done.
And they can watch, we have some YouTube videos. I think some of them are under my Professional Karate Centers thing. I think we have some under Arbacy.
Arbacy, yes.
Arbacy too, ARBECY. And it shows everyone from children to senior citizens, using Arbacy, and it's bringing a tear to your eye. It's amazing.
And where can people find you, Mr. Simon?
Well, I'm easy to find. Just find him first. Because I still travel quite a bit, do a demo, which is similar to what we're doing here. And we just hold this over our shoulder, and then you do yours. And then together.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alan Sarak and Mr. Jerry Simon. I truly appreciate both of you, and kudos to whatever you're doing in this world. Please keep inspiring everyone.
Thank you for having us today.
Take
Thank
care
you
and
very
good
much.
luck.
Thank you.
Catch me again next week as I feature another amazing personalities here on Vegas Vibes. We hope you enjoyed watching this Vegas Vibes episode as much as I did. Promise to join me again next week on this same fabulous Vegas Vibe channel. And to all our global viewers out there, let me remind you that Las Vegas is not just about the world-renowned Strip or the famous Fremont Street experience in the vibrant downtown district. It has real people, a lot of them musicians, live entertainers, and those involved in the world of pageantry. And to the people here in the Valley who work hard each day to make Las Vegas a global brand. I would like to feature you and your cool story right here in Vegas Vibes, either in the studio or online via Zoom. If you believe that's you, please email me now at vegasvibes1@gmail.com. Before I go, I also would like to thank my award sponsor, Anne Fontaine, located at the Forum Shops of Caesars Palace. Anne Fontaine is now open for business as well. You may call Miss Anna Billings at 702-733-6205 to make an appointment. And now for my favorite segment, the Vegas Vibes Closet. Yes, it features an intricate selection of health and beauty products which I personally use. And this week I have for you Dermablend Leg and Body Makeup with SPF 25. Skin perfecting body foundation for flawless legs with a smooth, even tone finish. It contains high performance pigments to easily cover varicose veins, stretch marks, tattoos, scars, age spots, birthmarks, bruises, and more. Its lightweight, buildable, and blendable body foundation formula hydrates skin all day and protects skin with SPF 25 for up to 16 hours of wear that is smudge and transfer resistant, set with loose setting powder, suitable for all skin types and available in 12 true to tone, fade-proof shades, never cakey or masky for an even and natural look. Just apply thin layer, let it dry, and build coverage as needed, and it's better when it's set with Dermablend setting powder. I love Dermablend Leg and Body Makeup. It's lightweight with natural looking finish. It's smudge and transfer resistant with all-day hydration and SPF 25. Check it out, ladies. Below is the link if you would like to purchase it without delay. Search for Vegas Vibes Closet. Follow Vegas Vibes on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, or check out vegasvibes.us for updates and announcements. Once again, I'm your host, Esmeralda Padilla Gould. Thank you for watching. Mwah! Thank you.